Hi. In this segment, we're going to talk about preparing the materials that need to be put together for selling the business. And I mean two categories. One is the marketing materials, and two is the actual due diligence materials. And it's important to go ahead and put these together and go through this process before you go to market. It's going to actually show you a lot about your business. For one, let me start off by saying that as a seller, you probably have spent a tremendous amount of time building your business, and I know what it's like to build a business, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and my clients, I've worked with people who have built their businesses over 30 years, and this is the most important sale of their business. So I would highly advise you that you want to prepare materials that really represent your business adequately. I can't tell you how many times I've seen businesses for sale, and the materials for the purchase of that business are subpar, and I think that really discourages buyers because they just don't have a sense of what's really there. Now, glossy materials can also hide a lot of things too, but you as a seller really need to have good materials in place that really represent the work and effort that you put together. So when you bring on your broker or your investment banker, it's important for you to get a sense of what materials they're going to prepare and how in-depth those materials will go, because remember, that's the calling card that you're putting out there. Your banker or broker, they're the ones that are going to be representing you. They're the face. The materials they put together show your business. So it's important that you put materials that are good, and that'll really help you attract more buyers. And all you need is one extra buyer, an additional potential buyer, in addition to the one who actually is at the table, to really help you get the most price for your business. But next, it's important for you to put together good due diligence materials. Now, due diligence is the process is a part of the process where the buyer is actually going to inspect and look under the hood to make sure that they're going to get what you said that you're selling to them. But they really are here, they're looking to check facts, and they want to look at records, and they want to make sure that everything that you've said is actually true, that the materials that you have or the things you have on your balance sheet actually exist and are there, that the processes and procedures actually exist that generate these your financials. It's important for you to prepare good, clear, and clean and easy to follow due diligence materials, because if it's not prepared properly, this just puts you in a bad position and puts the buyer in a much better position to say that there's a lot more risk here and that they're going to have to either lower the price or withhold some capital because they're unsure of some of the claims that have been made. So it really is in your interest as a seller, and in your interest or if you're an advisor to a seller, as an accountant or attorney, to work with your seller to put good due diligence materials together that make the job of the buyer and due diligence easier. Because remember, in due diligence, there's generally a certain period of time that is allowed for due diligence, and you as a seller don't want to give your buyer any potential excuses for not getting through due diligence on time. It's in your interest to make sure that you have clear materials that articulate your business. On the marketing side, it's in your interest to make sure that you have clear facts and records that make it very easy for the buyer to go through and verify information. And it's in your interest to make sure you keep your buyers, or that your investment banker or broker, keep your buyers on a tight time frame, that they complete their due diligence within a time frame and move forward. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of preparing proper materials, because in the end, proper materials are going to reduce the risk perceived by a buyer, which will in turn translate into more dollars potentially up front for you, because the buyer might not be, they won't need to go ahead and withhold money into an escrow account, or they won't need to go ahead and do some earnout. So you want to go ahead and do that. And the materials also attract more buyers, so that's going to also help you with the price as well. So prepare good materials and prepare good due diligence materials. Thanks.